Hey everyone, I am serenthehealer, finally back with another horoscope. If you're watching this, then that means that you have survived the Mercury retrograde that made my whole channel go dark, basically. All my electronics were going through it. My phone went on strike for almost an entire day. It was crazy. But I'm back, and I am excited to finally be reading for you guys again. So this week we're doing a reading for June the 27th to July the 3rd. And I'm going to go ahead and get started with an archetype. Okay, so this message already is saying a lot. It looks like a situation where you received guidance from spirit. It was either a dream, a message that came through another person, through a song. You got something. Or maybe you're getting something repeatedly. Maybe you're always looking at the clock at 222, or there's something, there's a message there for you. And the reason why you're blocking it, why it's not coming through, is because of something that is distracting you. So you're noticing it. It's getting through, but there's something that is keeping you out of alignment just enough that you're not picking up on either the fact that it is a message or what the message actually pertains to. So maybe you're getting the message and you're applying it to this thing that isn't, necessarily in alignment with what you're supposed to actually be focused on. And so while I was shuffling, I was asking Spirit to show us what that looks like for each design type. All right, so first out we have our generators with the limitations gate. All right, so I feel like I feel like what that's looking like is either you've got too many things that you've started, too many different projects that are ongoing at the same time, to where you're not, you're just not focusing in on the right one. Something is falling through the cracks that the message is pertaining to. And it's not necessarily a matter of, oh, you need to stop doing all of these projects or anything like that. It's just, this message is here to let you know that the message that you got previously, whatever it was that you have been seeing, something that is coming into you personally. I don't get the feeling that it's from a reading or from anything like that. It's something, some way that spirit is reaching out to you, you know, in your real life, either through dreams, through maybe you keep hearing a certain word that's being used in different places by different people that don't know each other. There's something reoccurring, reaching for you. And the thing that you are attributing it to, whatever it is that you are crediting for it, say for instance, you think it pertains to something that's going on with your work, you know, this message is saying actually it's pertaining to your love relationship, you know, or you're thinking that it has to do with your kid, and actually it's work. You know what I'm saying? So it's a situation where you've got a lot of different things that are open, a lot of different channels that you're flowing your energy into, and that is keeping you from recognizing the fact that this message could be any one of them. You gotta like take a moment to step back and reevaluate what it's actually pertaining to. And when you do, there's going to be like a clicking sensation. Something is going to happen to keep things going. Something is going to something that has been stuck is going to start to flow, or something that has been flowing is going to stop. You know what I'm saying? Like there's going to be a signal in that. Once you recognize, oh wait, what if it's because it's time to take the dog to the vet, you know, or whatever like that, then something will happen to signify and let you know that you finally got it. You're on the right track. Okay. So we have our manifesting generators with the doubt gate. Oh my goodness. Are you guys seeing this? That was the first thing that my eyes went to. That same sun moon thing. And we just had a full moon. There's a moon in this card. Okay. So it's like a cycle. Either it's an ongoing cycle that you haven't picked up. That's probably what it is. It's like an ongoing cycle that you haven't quite zoomed in on or picked up on yet. You're close, but you're factoring in a lot of pieces that don't actually pertain to it. And that's what's keeping it just out of your view. The reason why you can't, you can't really tell what it is. It's time to like, I don't really want to say it's time to doubt yourself, but it's time to take a second look at something that you're sure of and scrutinize it a little bit harder to see that there's a cycle that is repeating. And this is a chance for you to step out of that loop and have things go in a different way. Have this, you know, particular cycle in on a higher note or a higher octave or in a different way altogether. I feel like the message, the vision, it has a moon in it. Either that or a wheel turning. There's something that is signifying a cycle, a completion of something. Stars, moons, something. Okay, so we did generator, manifesting generator. Here's manifestors with inner truth. Okay. Okay, so for you guys, this message pointed to something that you've been distracting yourself from because you didn't really want to admit it or own up to it. So it's one of those situations where it's like you have invested a lot into a certain outcome, right? So say, for instance, you are throwing a big summer blowout and you want to have it outdoors in your backyard, and you have been designing this big giant 6-layer cake that is like, it's like up on par with wedding cakes, okay? And you're going to get this cake done because the party's not till, you know, mid-July or whatever. So you have time to like order it and everything. And so you've got your mind set on this cake, but the event has to be outside, but it's going to be 105 that day. And you know that all of that frosting is going to slide off before anybody even gets there, right? It's one of those kind of things. Like, you've invested so much into like the idea of what the cake's going to be like and all of that, that you don't want to stop and look at the fact that, okay, the weather is not going to be conducive to this. The guests are not going to arrive till, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's something, and I'm really trying to oversimplify something that is likely a lot bigger, you know, just to kind of get it to where it's easier for you to recognize what that is in your story. But it's something that you have either, maybe you went to school for and now you don't want to do it anymore, or, you know what I'm saying, you've invested a lot of something, either thought or money or time or whatever, into things being a certain way. So when you got that indicator, when you got that message, when you felt that dissonance between where you were headed and where you actually wanted to go, you intentionally shut it down immediately and didn't listen, because it's like, nope, because that ruins everything, you know? And this is an opportunity for you to stop instead of continuing on down that path. It doesn't matter how much you've invested beforehand. If you can stop now and change something about the situation, you know, because the time is going to continue to pass. You're going to keep looking back and being like, oh, but it's been a whole year. Oh, but it's been 5 years. Oh, but it's been 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, the time is never going to get less. So if you realize that, you know, you're on the wrong track, it's okay. It's okay. Start making your plans in your head. Start figuring it out. What can I change little by little? What can I do today? You know? Next out, we have our projectors with the 42. And something... hold on. I need to look at something really quick because I don't want to say the wrong thing. But I'm seeing something I just need to verify. The 42 gate, what does it connect to? That's not why I'm seeing that. Why am I seeing that? 42. So it's like, it's like you had already gotten started on something. Maybe you accepted an offer from someone, or you started dating someone new, and then you got this vision that gave you a bad feeling. And it's like this, gosh, I feel like I'm not explaining this right. It's an indicator of something that gives you a very strong feeling, and you can't really place it yet. And so you're kind of shutting down until you can assess, you know, So it's like maybe you heard something about this new person that you're talking to, but you have no way to confirm it without asking them about it, you know, and it's a new situation. Like you can Google them, you can ask, you know, you don't really know anybody that knows them, so you can't ask any of their people. So it's just kind of like you start feeling like you want to back away from the person, but you don't really feel like you have any concrete reason for doing that. So it's kind of like a place where, you know, they're texting you and you're dry, you're like, hey, you know, but you don't necessarily you feel like you need to kind of back off until you can get more information. And I feel like the thing that came in, it came in a very intangible, you know, like a dream or something like that. I don't feel like it's necessarily a situation where somebody told you, oh, you know, that's the guy that like went to jail for blah blah blah, and you're like, oh, no, it's not. You know, I think it's more like you were all excited about this new person that you met. And then you had a dream that you had been with this person for a while and they let you down in a huge way. And when you woke up the next morning, you still had that feeling of letdown, right? And then they text you like, hey, happy Saturday, you know, and you're like, ew. But because it's a dream, you feel silly to just cut them off, you know, but you still are stuck with that feeling, and you're kind of wanting to you're kind of wanting space until the feeling goes away, is what I'm seeing with this. So putting it into the message that we got for the week, it's like, I don't know, I feel like maybe it's you could be misinterpreting the message, or you could just need more information. But I feel like this is unfolding this way in order to help you to strengthen your faith in your intuition and knowing which dreams are being made up in your imagination and which dreams are messages from spirit, you know. And this one, because you don't want it to be a message from spirit, you're feeling a strong like inner conflict, you know. And then for our reflectors, I feel like I've only seen this card in the reflector readings, which is interesting. So this is a situation where you're wanting to be excited, but you feel like it's too soon. There's maybe it's an idea for you that came in, but you don't know how to apply it. So you're holding back from allowing yourself to really get super excited about it, but it feels exciting. When you think about it, you still mentally go there, and then you shut it down with your, you know, what ifs. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for that. It's like, I don't feel like anybody else has been involved in it yet. You haven't actually shared it with anyone, but you're in that beginning stage. And that's a really good place to be when you first get a really good idea and you're like, ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. And then when you go into the how, though, the how will we make that work? Someone else probably thought about it already, or someone's already tried it, or Googling it online and trying to see, you know, you start to like, you disconnect the magic from it, you know? So, it might be you haven't really had time to delve into it yet, which would be a good thing. Say, for instance, you have gotten a great idea, something really interesting, really dope, really fun to think about has occurred to you. And it occurred to you like while you were in the shower rushing to go get ready for work or whatever like that, and you haven't really had time to sit down in front of your computer and like do any sort of digging and research to see if is this a thing already, has somebody else already tried it, and you know, that kind of thing. Like, don't do that part. That's what this message is here to tell the reflectors. Don't do that part yet. Let that little seed grow for a little bit, because as you kind of get a strong idea of what it actually is, you're going to find out that it actually is something new, to where even if you do Google it and there's something similar, you'll understand it well enough to know, oh, but this is nuance. This is going to help more people than that thing because blah, 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 you know? Yeah, that's what I see. That's what I'm seeing. It's like a week of trusting the intangible over the tangible and trying to like reconcile that. So for some of us, it's wanting to trust the intangible over the tangible, and some of us, it's feeling like there's a pull to trust the intangible over the tangible, and your mind is like, but why would we do that, you know? And so you're kind of trying to make it make sense from what you can see and where you are. So I feel like for everybody, it's going to be a really good exercise in understanding how your intuition works, how spirit talks to you, how things are coming in. And if you do know your human design, if you know that it's consistent, or if it's, you know, coming from conditioning, then that will be a very, very important key tool for you going forward into August even, you know? So, yeah, guys, that's the weekly. We went a little bit long. I didn't even attempt to do one for the past couple of weeks just because my camera was being so mean to me. But yeah, I guess that's why I was so eager to like go into more depth and tell you guys more about what I see. But if you have any questions for me, if you want to get a personal horoscope about how this type of energy is going to show up with you, with where the sun is and what gate and all of those types of things, I got you. Just hit me up on my website. All the info is in the description. I'll see you next week. Bye now. It's just you.